From Los Angeles, TraderInsight.com presents Dr. Adrian Manz in the war room and at the helm with today's look at stocks and sectors on the radar.
For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and this is Stocks and Sectors on the Radar for Monday, April 13th, 2009. On Thursday, Dow Jones Industrials up 246 points to close at 8083.38. We have 2,746 stocks advance, 367 decline, and NYSE total volume at 1.84 billion shares. Now, this all happened as a result of Wells Fargo coming out, beating the street. That's the second time in a couple weeks that we got some good news from the banks. First time around was Citi. Second time around, Wells Fargo here. The market was in a switch hitter pullback when it happened. What we got as a result? Fastball, expansion of range, expansion of volume. These patterns are powerful when they happen in the stocks. They are even more powerful when they happen in the indices. Now, that puts us squarely up into the center of the Dow box, and that's good news going forward because we have lots of economic news coming out this week, and we have, of course, further earnings announcements, which could serve to drive us back down lower again. But if we get some more positive stuff, we could be testing the top of the box. That would get us up around 8,400. That'd be real good news for the longs. Bad news for the shorts, and of course it would probably perpetuate as short covering will continue to drive stocks higher. Now the VIX was down 232 to close at 36.53. That was good news for our intraday trading. You know, we had a lot of stocks going into Thursday's session. We had a lot of things hit. We had a lot of profits. We're going to talk about those in a second. First, let's have a look at the rest of the indices. Then we'll get into what happened on Thursday and what we're looking at for Monday's trading. The S&P 500 up 31.40 to close at 856.56. NASDAQ 100 up 39.53, closed at 1340.28. Had a line drive move on the NAS, and the NASDAQ Composite did the same thing. The comp was up 61.88 to close at 1652.54. Let's take a look at these. Let's just look at the 5-minute, the intraday chart, just see what happened on Thursday. Bally Technologies was the first switch hitter set up on the list. We had an entry price right above that blue resistance line, that first resistance on the floor trader pivots. Came back in after a gap open. Stock went higher, came back down, touched the pivot line, went down a little bit below, got us right into our entry zone, and of course immediately up to the profit target. So very fast moves on Friday. Now, there's another entry on this retracement to the second resistance line. That's a pivot trade. If you guys are interested in those, shoot Dave an email at dave@traderinsight.com and let him know. And when we have enough people together to do some sort of class or seminar on this, we will let you know and send you the details. The next one we had was Cabela's, ticker symbol CAB. Same story here. Stock gapped open just slightly. Came back in, touched that entry price right above that blue pivot line, traded higher, got us straight up to the profit target without ever looking back. $10.40 was the target on this switch hitter setup, and then moved higher and based up here around $10.50 for most of the day. So straight to the target on CAB as well. Then we had Helix. This was the final one that went. We had a fastball setup on this. Fastball, expansion of range, expansion of volume. These trades are volatile and lead to more volatility. So the setup has a lot of volatility. The following morning has volatility. If you're going to get triggered on one of these, there's a reason for it. There's a lot of pressure coming into the market to do a continuation move of the previous session. That's exactly what we had. Very, very rapid trade up through the entry price. Got a few emails from guys who got it. Got some emails from people who didn't. They just weren't comfortable with the price action. That's okay. You're not comfortable with it. Don't trade it. You know, you gotta get your bearings with these things and figure out where your head's at. But we got right into the position, straight to the profit target. It was just under first resistance. Popped up above. You know, we could have had more on the trade definitely, but you know, we got our target, and then you get these flips and reversals. It's hard to stay in these trades sometimes when this happens, especially when you get a bar that gets the amount of bleed back that 940 bar there did. But all things considered, they were definitely great setups for the Thursday session. The final one was Robert Half. This one, you know, gapped and hammered around right off the open. I didn't have time to pay attention to it, quite frankly. Had too much on our plate between the trading plan, the stocks to watch, and the stocks on the radar. So that was nine positions to watch. This one, when I saw that opening tick and I saw that opening price action, I just stopped looking at it. So those were the Thursday setups, Thursday trades. Now let's take a look at what's on deck for Monday. First one on my radar for Monday is going to be Applied Industrial Technologies Incorporated. That's ticker symbol AIT. Stock left a line drive move on Thursday, just like most of the market, just like most of the other stocks out there that managed to benefit from the rally. We got that same kind of price action. If we get some carryover into Monday's trading, if people feel like they missed something on Thursday and they've got to get some of it, I'm going to be looking for trade above $19.43 a share with a profit target up around $19.90. So here we have Benchmark Electronics, ticker symbol BHE. This is in information technology, also a line drive setup. Trade above $13.35, $13.40 a share, somewhere in there. Going to have me interested in the stock. I want to see this happen on the heels of intraday trending and pullback action on a 5-minute chart. Going to use a 5-minute chart to time my entries and a 25-tick compression to time the stops. Cooper Tire and Rubber, ticker symbol CTB. This one's in auto components. This is an infield fly setup. I'm going to look for price action below $5.82. It's a little cheap to be on the list at all, but it's sort of worth watching. Don't know if there's going to be shares available in this thing, but if there are, and if I see trade below $5.82, $5.80, somewhere in there, I'm going to look for a move back down into $5.45, $5.50. So tight one on this on CTB. Still worth watching though. And finally, I've got a short side setup, an infield fly again in Raytheon Company. This is ticker symbol RTN. Trade below $42.05 a share on this one. Gonna have me interested in an entry. Profit target on this one could be expanded. It could get down for a fairly nice move. My guess is we're probably looking at 41.50 or so as a logical place for this one to be headed if we get that short side price action. So tight one on this. All of them are kind of tight. Bear in mind that we've had a long weekend, so a lot of wacky things can happen after those holiday shortened weeks. So might not be taking too many trades on Monday at all. But if we do, these are the ones that are going to be on the radar, in addition, of course, to the stuff on the service and the stocks to watch. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. Use protective stops on every trade, and have a great trading day on Monday.